Hey, my little Java junkies, what's up? What's going on? Just wanted to touch base, see what's happening. It's Saturday morning, about 4 a.m. I'm just about 3 hours away from getting off, and then I come back 7 p.m. work till 3 a.m. I have my Sunday off, and then it's back for 5. But next weekend I'm gonna take a long weekend at the camper, Memorial Day weekend. I have off Saturday, Sunday, my normal days off. Monday, Memorial Day, I would get triple time and a half for working the holiday, which I always work the holidays. I worked the last 2 Christmases, the last 2 New Year's, Easter's, Thanksgiving. So I was really debating, because obviously I can use the money, but my wife and I talked about it, and we both said, you know what, the heck with it. I only get a full weekend off every 9 weeks. Unfortunately, that's how my rotation is. So it's every 9 weeks till I have a Saturday and a Sunday off. Now there's times where I have Friday and Saturday off, but I work Sunday. Or I have off Sunday, Monday, I work Saturday, whatever. So we're going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to give up the pay, even though I can use it, to get the long weekend up at the camper. Take advantage of it when I can. Let's see. Oh, so I don't know how other states are, but here in Pennsylvania they changed the rules and regulations for getting your driver's license. When I was 16 and got my permit, I think it was about a month and a half later, I went and took my skills test and got my driver's license. My son got his permit in June. He had to wait till January. It's a mandatory 6 months that they make a child wait to take their skills test for their driver's license. So in June he got his permit. January he had his first road test scheduled. He got through the entire test until the end, pulling into the parking lot, and they failed him. What happened was, they take you out on the highway, and on the highway, it's kind of messed up where it is, but normally you merge into one lane and then into the next lane. You can't cut across 2 lanes. It's illegal. So the way it's set up there, you don't have much of a choice, which is kind of weird, because you have the instructor there from the state to give you your license, and you're actually doing something illegal, but it's the only way you can do to get in the parking lot. There's just not enough room once you come off the highway on the exit ramp to get over to get into the parking lot. So my son comes off the highway, gets on the exit ramp, and he looks in his mirrors, and he starts to go over in the parking lot. Well, there was a car there. Guy lays on his horn. The instructor, I don't think, saw the car either, because he said they were both startled. Hear the horn, look, there's the car. So in a blind spot, maybe, just the way it was. And I drilled it into him afterwards that he needs to be extra careful and be certain. Check all your mirrors, make sure that there's no one alongside of you, because of the blind spots. Physically turn your head and look. Be sure you're safe to get over to merge in. So he took that pretty hard, but found out even worse. Now granted, he was done with his test. He was just getting into the parking lot. And because it was such a big deal, the guy laid on the horn. The instructor, my son, jumped. It was pretty, I guess, at the heat of the moment, whatever. So the instructor failed him. To make matters worse, there's a 4 to 5 month wait to get in to retake your test. It's just, I assume how busy they are, whatever. It's just, you can't get in. So that was in January. My wife rescheduled my son's skills test for yesterday, May 18th. So I come home from work in the morning, 3:30, get home. I have to stay awake till 5:15 to drive my wife to work, so I have her car so my son can use it for his test. Take her to work, I get home, I crawl into bed, I probably fall asleep about maybe around 6:30 in the morning, and I have to get up at 9 so I can have my coffee, because it takes like 4 cups for me to get going, where normal people are like half a cup or a cup, and you know, they can make their travel mug like my wife and just go for the day. I need like 4 cups, and then maybe a travel mug or 2. Then I might think about starting my truck. Anyway, so I get up at 9, have my coffee, get ready, because I have to pick him up at the school at 10:35. My son does half a day of school, half a day of VOTEC. He has auto tech and VOTEC. So what we're going to do is get out of school at 10:35. I was going to pick him up with my wife's car. We're going to drive down to the DOT center, which is about a half hour away, for an 11 o'clock appointment. Unfortunately, you take the time you can get. When you're waiting 4 or 5 months to get an appointment, you take what you can get. So the deal was take my son there. We knew we were going to be a few minutes late because there's no way to make it there in time, even with no traffic at all. And then I would take him to VOTEC afterwards, or hopefully he'd be able to drive himself to VOTEC, whatever. So on the way there, I call my wife and I'm telling her, listen, we ain't gonna make it. It's gonna be like 10 after 11 till we get there. So she calls them, says they're on the way, they hit traffic, they're running about 10 minutes late. Are they just gonna get turned away when they get there because of the appointment thing? And the lady says, well, all I can tell you is just advise you to get here as soon as possible. Let us know when you're here. There's no direct line to call over to the instructors where to do the testing and tell them that you're running late, whatever. So we walk in, I think it's 7 after 11 when we walk in. We're in there 20 seconds, they call his name. Cool. So we go out to the instructor looks up, I have to give him my license so he can verify that I'm a valid driver, and asks for my son's permit, and my son does one of these numbers. Dad, I don't know where my wallet is. I'm like, well, you better go out and check in the car and in your backpack. Now, mind you, in the morning after I took my wife to work and before I laid down, he's getting ready for school, and I told him, make sure you don't forget your wallet, your permit, and your glasses. And of course, you know, I get the, Dad, you know, I'm not gonna forget. So the instructor says to me, my son goes down to check the car, and I'm talking to the instructor, and he says, why don't you go down with him and help him look? He goes, and then you could just bring the car up right away. I guess to save him from walking, because we had to park halfway across the parking lot because it was so full. We actually had to park in the shopping center parking lot. And I said, all right. So I get down there, and he says, I can't find it. So I'm helping him. We're tearing the car apart. We're looking under the seats, looking in his backpack. I look in his backpack, can't find his wallet. So we pull up to the front. I tell the instructor, I don't know where his wallet is. I said, you know, he may have lost it on the bus. I don't know. The instructor looked at me and goes, sorry, we got to reschedule. I get it. I expected that. He doesn't have his permit with him. It's his responsibility. He wasn't responsible enough. Whatever. So now we're thinking the wallet could be on the bus. It wouldn't be the first time his wallet fell out of his pants, out of his back pocket of his jeans, and was laying on the bus seat. Just not responsible. He's 16. He's going to be 17 next month. So probably I haven't been that mad in a long time. It's probably been like 5 or 6 years since I've been that angry. Because yes, it sucks to him because, you know, he can't just take the car and do this and go out with his friends or go to work or whatever. He only has a permit. We have to be with him. But on the other hand, it sucks for us because he works 3 or 4 nights a week in addition to school and on weekends. So we have to run him to work and bring him home and pick him up. Whether he drives and we're with him or not, regardless, we have to go with our vehicles. And it really sucks when it's camping season, like now. And last weekend that we were up at the camper, I had to take him to work for 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, which is no big deal. I'm normally up early, but I had to make sure I was up by 6, take him to work, and then someone else go get him at 2:30. And this is on a Saturday, you know, we're up there for the weekend, so that bites, having to do all that stuff. So needless to say, we were looking forward to this too. So get home, I tell him to go in his room and don't come out until he finds his wallet, or we know if we have to call the school and have the bus driver check the bus. Maybe it got left on a bus again. So he finds it. It was on his nightstand. So after everything we've been through with this driving test and how long it takes to get back in and reschedule, and I forget a lot of dates. My memory's horrible. Absolutely horrible. There's certain things I remember, probably because it helps benefit me, I don't know. But this was one of those things where I'm thinking, May 18th, he has his driving test. He's going to get his license, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I was pretty upset. Just knowing that he didn't have, even after I told him in the morning, don't forget your wallet, permit, and glasses, and I got the dad, I'm not going to forget it. He forgot it. So my wife calls to reschedule, and as soon as they can get him in is October. So here we go again. She called 3 or 4 different places. I mean, I don't care if we got to drive him 30, 40 miles out of the way to a DOT center to take a skills test. That's what we're going to do. October. So all summer long, there goes our summer again. Up at the camper, we're going to have to run to work, pick him up, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't, I mean, it affects him, but it doesn't. It affects the parents more, because we're the ones who have to do the running back and forth. So I told him, I said, I was so mad on the way back to the house. I said, well, you know what? You've been riding free long enough. You're going to start giving us gas money every week now. So he didn't like that because he's trying to save for a car. But needless to say, I was pretty upset. But anyway, that's how yesterday went. Good news is we've got our garden planted. My wife mowed the grass for me on Thursday while I was at work, because she knew that Friday was going to be messed up with me trying to get some sleep and the running around I do to get him to school, go for his license, and all that stuff, that it would be pushing it for me to get it done on Friday before I had to go back to work, and she went and mowed it for me. So, honey, I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me that she did that for me. It's totally unexpected. She always helps with things around the house and stuff, and I didn't expect her to mow the whole grass. I mean, she's done it before. When I was out with my hip, her and Brandon did it, but it was just really appreciative. So, pool is ready to go, just waiting for it to warm up. Got solar cover on. I think last year this time we were in the pool. We're pretty close. And I think we got a while to go yet. I think it was 62 or 64 the last time I checked the temperature. And that's just too damn cold to be in it. Let's see what else. I don't know. I caught the masked bandit I've been looking for. Yes, the masked bandit. I've had ATLs out. I've had bolos out. I've been trying to catch them. I caught them. Stay tuned. I'll throw that clip on at the end of this one real quick so you can see. See him in action. I caught him. Let's see. What else? I don't know what else. I want to give a shout out to a couple channels. You Can Do It check him out. Awesome channel. It's funny. Does some good videos. Very artistic. He does some spray paint art. It's pretty good. I put a challenge out for my rhubarb plant. I guess I opened my mouth. I thought I could beat up anybody's rhubarb plant. Well, the first match, and he went and he defeated me. Undefeated. So his is just huge. Let's see, what else? Native Tears, check her channel out. She does some good stuff. She's a very good person. Very nice person. Bones Yard, which is now Kimberly and Bones Yard. He's a funny guy. Very funny. Yeah. So check them out. We were at a Led Zeppelin tribute concert, I think 2 weeks ago. I have a few clips I'm gonna put up in another video. Just you guys gotta hear this band. They're called Get the Lead Out, and Led Zeppelin has actually endorsed them as a tribute band, and they come around our area. They're actually from somewhere in our area. I believe they got started in like Jim Thorpe area, but they're just excellent, absolutely excellent. You hear the sound, it's amazing. Something else, I don't remember. But yeah, I just want to touch base. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, wait for the Masked Bandit video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone, appreciate the comments, appreciate the views. I'm not monetized, I never will be monetized, but I appreciate the interaction with everybody. Some very good people here on YouTube. So, thank you. Take care, and God bless. Stop for 22:30.